Good bat dog.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I need to report abuse of the substance.
This does have a little substance quality. A little bit of feet of clay, too.
Um,
Slightly.
Yeah, I have a major
Part
big thought that I'm going to start off our discussion when we get to that point. I know you
Yeah.
want to say hi to people in the chat, but I have a big thought for this episode. So
Interesting, because I have some thoughts too, where I'm like, okay, just the way that this thing starts.
yeah,
And everything. But yeah, somebody said King says man bat. Yeah, this guy definitely has man bat qualities, when it comes to this episode. And man bat plus taste of your own medicine, doctor. Season 2 kicks off with a bang. Those are the two chats we have right there. So thank you guys for showing up. But yeah, we are back in Gotham in the future, and we are now in season 2 of Batman Beyond.
So let me ask you,
okay,
just kind of an overall. We'll delve into a lot more as we discuss the episode.
Okay.
Did it feel like a season 2 premiere to you?
No,
Really? Okay.
it didn't feel like a season 2. It kind of didn't. I don't know. It just didn't feel. It didn't feel like that to me. It just felt like just like another episode.
Okay. I'm going to have fun with this episode tonight because I am going to try to convince you otherwise.
Okay. That's cool.
As I was watching it, I actually watched it with those glasses in mind, and I felt differently because of things that I noticed that I feel like season premieres, at least in the 90s.
Okay.
Things that season premieres would do.
I could see where you're already coming from when it comes to that, because I don't remember, but I can only imagine what the promos, the commercials were for this. And of course,
the commercials were, I'm trying to remember, because once again, I was a freshman in college at this point. Definitely by season 2. By season 2, I was in college.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see commercials because it wasn't like I was sitting around watching TV a whole lot during that freshman year.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. You wouldn't probably be watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, Saturday mornings, I was there. That was reserved. Okay. So here's my big thought.
Okay.
Because I started off with that substance joke. But dude, does this not feel like David Cronenberg if he decided to direct a Batman movie?
Oh, yeah. Definitely was Cronenberg-esque, for sure.
I mean, this thing goes into some serious body horror territory for a Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, this episode has always made me feel a little like, a little. And the same thing happened today as I was watching it. I was just like, oh God. Oh God. And then we'll get to it at the end, because there was one moment where I went, oh dear, I'm really having flashbacks to the substance, which yes, I know is not a Cronenberg movie, but
it's Cronenberg, inspired.
It is very much like you made Cronenberg proud.
Yeah.
It's just, dude, this thing does body horror and this was a sci-fi horror. Like, this is a perfect kind of like October Halloween-esque episode. I mean, Halloween even gets name dropped in the episode. So I feel like it really works well for that time of year. So
no, I could see that. I mean, it definitely is. I mean, like, right from the start when they're just showing, but the only thing I'm like going, and this is just me being like, old man Dave, I'm like, how are these children getting this thing, happening to them? And I'm like, this is like full on legit. You're messing with your genetics and messing with your shit. I know they show the whole thing of like, the parents protesting, but I'm like, but what are the details of like, how are these high school students able to get this procedure? I mean,
technically it shouldn't happen without their parents' consent, because they're still minors.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we have to make a compelling story for Terry
And who knows if laws 50 years in the future have been changed in such a way, but I feel like because it's 22 minutes and it's a Saturday morning cartoon. This is an episode that I feel like introduces some very interesting ideas and concepts. Like one of those things that you feel like would be really cool in one of those Batman and philosophy kind of books. Like, let's debate the ethics of splicing as an industry.
Yeah.
And I feel like a couple of things. One, things are happening in today's world that you can definitely draw parallels to.
Of course, yeah.
Also, isn't this just such a cyberpunk-esque? I'm like, I feel like some variation of this either was done before this episode or has been done since, and it's so cyberpunk. You know, the idea that literally messing with your DNA as a fad.
Oh yeah. And like you said, the parallels of like things that are happening today when there's the debate of certain things when it comes to puberty blockers, all that kind of stuff when it comes to like young kids and everything. And
I mean, I feel like it's interesting that in 2000 or 1999 season 2 would be right there on that,
right there on the cusp of the
right there on the cusp. And then today, I just, this is why I love science fiction. It's like they introduce concepts decades before suddenly it's a thing, and then we're dealing with it like, they talked about this like 10, 15, 20 years ago. So I always go back to Ray Bradbury. I think, he's, Ray Bradbury, Isaac Asimov, all those sci-fi, all the way back to like H.G. Wells and Jules Verne. There were sci-fi writers in the 1800s doing some things that make you go, dude. And then you have writers in the 50s making you go, dude. And it's why the genre is so prolific. Because even with the way the episode starts, where Chelsea, being Chelsea, I mean, she's literally at school, walking through a crowd, stands up on like a bench, like she's holding court, just to take off sunglasses to show, her snake eyes.
Yeah. Oh, you got spliced. And then everybody's like, oh, yeah. And then you see a couple other students and you're just kind of going like, geez.
And like, did you see who had her first cameo appearance in this episode?
I did not.
This is one of those things that made me feel like a season 2 premiere. A character, because in comic books, sometimes you get the first appearance cameo, and then you get first full appearance. That's how those things, work.
Yeah.
They show up for like a panel, and it's technically their first appearance, but
you're gonna see them later.
Right. It's not until like the next issue that it's like, oh, now they're in the whole book. Wolverine got introduced that way. Venom got introduced that way. Other characters get introduced that way. Max.
Oh, I did not even. Where was she at? I didn't even.
She's there. She's one of those going, Chelsea, you got spliced? She's in the crowd.
I didn't even notice that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's Max. This is her first appearance in the series, but it's a cameo. So when you realize that Max is going to become a literal recurring, I mean, almost what would you call it? She almost becomes a co-lead in this series, the way she keeps her around. She's definitely a recurring character.
Yeah, she's almost, it's not really a sidekick, right? It's more of like
she's a bit of a side, like a little bit.
Yeah.
She kind of becomes like Oracle.
Yeah.
She's got that man in the, she almost does like a man in the chair, even though technically Old Man Bruce is the man in the chair.
Yeah. She's still out there, like in the field, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
I totally fucking missed that, dude.
Did you really? Okay,
I totally missed. I probably was writing because you said it was just like one little thing where she asked that.
She has like one line. She has one line, but it's funny.
She had the hair. It's like she looked how she looks, right? Okay,
right. Yeah, and it was Cree Summer as the voice.
Okay,
and
damn, I totally missed that.
But what's really funny is that they actually she gets named as Max in the credits. So at this point, though, they already knew that she was going to be, you know, coming up as a character. I just think it's interesting. It kind of reminds me back in like first season of Batman the Animated Series, where like literally Harvey Dent shows up for like one line in, you know, On Leather Wings.
Yeah,
you know,
he shows up and then
he flips his coin and is like, you know, you roast them, I'll cook them. You know, it's like you catch them, I'll cook them. And like, that's all you get of Harvey Dent in the very first episode. So Max is there. And so that's why I feel like that's one of those tropes where you get a brand new character who gets introduced briefly, who's going to play a larger part later on. So that's one of my arguments.
Totally missed it. No. Okay, so you're selling it. You're doing a good job, because like I said, I just was kind of like, oh, this feels like a regular episode. But the fact that I totally missed her and I was like, okay, yeah. So you're right. That's one way to, hey, we're already introducing new characters. And I mean, and like I said, it's kind of starting off a little bit of a bang, because this is a pretty intense episode for sure. So
yeah. And then of course, then Chelsea hands out those cards from now, interesting pronunciation. Okay.
Yes, I thought so too.
Okay. So you caught it. Okay. Because for me, when I see the word Chimera, how do you pronounce that?
Chimera.
Yes, that's exactly. And
thank you, Mission Impossible too.
I know, right? For me, it was being a Greek mythology geek in middle school, but still, it is Chimera, right?
Chimera,
Chimera.
Chimera. They actually
Chimera, Chimera, or Chimera. Whatever it is. It's not that. It's a sound like chimney instead of it being the K sound. And I'm gonna be honest, it bugged me.
I was like, why would they go? What? That's not how it's pronounced.
I know.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
We already had to deal with Kara and Lara, and
fucking Bruce Timm and Paul Dini are like, nah, let's just do it like this to fuck with people.
Lana,
Lana, Lana and Kara, no thanks. So they already like to do stuff like that. So Chimera, I was like, what? Like, no, it's not how you pronounce that. Are you kidding me? But we get the, obviously Terry grabs one of those, and he gets all that, and then naturally we get like a little rundown of what the whole splicing thing is, and we meet, what's his name, Abel Cuvia.
Yes.
Abel Cuvia, who of course is creepy and weird and
all right. I mean, he just looks like a bad guy. I mean, let's be
total villain.
Okay. His voice.
Who is it? I recognize it, but I don't know if
here's the weird thing. Okay. At first, I was thinking Michael York. But then as the episode went, I went, no, this isn't Michael York, but he has a Michael York-esque.
Maybe that's why.
Voice, right. Okay. Because the name means nothing to me. Because the name was Ian Buchanan. One of those day actors, did a lot of soaps, showed up in the second season of Twin Peaks. But as I scrolled down his IMDb, I figured out why his voice sounded so freaking familiar to me. When we get to Justice League, he's the voice of Ultra Humanite.
Yeah, well, there you go. Oh yeah, this guy looks familiar. I've seen this guy. He's got
I haven't seen this guy, but
squinty eyes.
Yeah. But his voice was just familiar. But his voice was just so familiar. And then when
he plays, okay,
I was like, oh, he's Ultra Humanite. Okay, that's what, because that voice I know so well, especially from the Christmas episode that we'll get to. I love that Christmas episode in the first season of Justice League. So we'll get to there. But that's why his voice was like, but I got fooled because at first I was like, is that Michael York? But then as the episode went, I went, no, that's not Michael York at all. But then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's why his voice was so freaking familiar to me, though.
But then of course, obviously, when we see the footage, we see like the the commercial, I guess, for it. And of course, Mr. Abel right here just kind of goes, oh yeah, it's perfectly safe, perfectly reversible if you want to do, but it's like, you're just going like, what the fuck? You're fucking, I mean, you're showing like young people and like, oh, you get little horns, you get the big, the fucking
I love the satirical commentary of that one teenager they interview. He goes, this is the way for me to express my individuality, like my friends who got spliced exactly like him.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was just like,
yeah.
It's
usually how it is, right? I'm expressing
my God, yes.
individuality, and then I'm like, your 5 friends look exactly like you.
Yeah. I want to be different like everyone else.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the way it always
this
is.
is the 40-year-old in me.
Oh yeah, this is the 40-year-old, and I think that's why this episode bugged me slightly, because I was like, because I think it felt like, oh yeah, this could happen. This could happen in the future, especially the way things swing back and forth with everything, right now. And then, I mean, there was a time when we were growing up where we had tomboys. You don't have that now. It was just like tomboys, tomgirls, where it's like, yeah, somebody acted, and then it's like, oh no, you're this, you're that, you're this. It's like, okay, cool, that's fine. But at the same time, it's like, well, let's not do anything drastic until later, kind of thing. We're getting political, I know.
Yeah, you're going to a place like I don't. We're talking about.
I've had 3 glasses of wine. I don't care.
I can tell. I can tell. You get sassy. Wednesday. You get sassy when you get drunk.
Sassy.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, this is something that you could see happening.
But the debate is like, I just feel, once again, it's the sci-fi thing. It's like these kind of debates exist now when you wouldn't have thought about it 25 years ago when this episode came out. So once again, just really interesting. But I do like how I like how Terry is watching it on the back computer with Bruce, and he's like, this guy seems creepy. And Bruce is like, yeah, this is a mess we're gonna have to clean up.
Bruce is already going, yeah, this is bad. I've seen this before. I've seen these assholes. I've been through something where it comes to genetics, the very first episode of
of this entire universe,
So he's just like, I mean, it's almost like a nod to, On Leather Wings. So it's like, yeah, it's like right there. He's already going, oh yeah, I've dealt with something like this before. This is going to be bad. Definitely gonna be bad. The Catwoman one.
The Catwoman one. Yeah. Tiger. Yes. The whole Dr. I mean, that
Dr. Moreau.
Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
So, which was kind of fun because I was thinking a lot about the island of Dr. Moreau while watching this episode. Clearly, I mean, anyone who knows that H.G. Wells novel, or the movie with Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando.
Yeah, which it's interesting. The book's obviously better.
Well,
it always is. Usually is.
But
I mean, wasn't that one of Brando's last?
No, Brando went on for Brando's last one was that the score. It was that. The
one with like Norton.
Yeah, Norton. Yes,
De Niro was De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro. Yeah. I saw that in theaters. That was in college.
Good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Right about this time, actually, like when this episode was coming out, like
it was like early 2000s,
early 2000s, 2002.
About that movie.
Yeah, I have seen
Brando was in that movie.
Yeah, but it was his last movie. That was his last role.
Yeah,
so,
but Moreau came out mid 90s.
Mid 90s, yeah. So because I remember it features it gets a feature spot in that Val documentary that you can watch on Amazon Prime. So
yes, I remember that. So yeah, and then of course, obviously, like you said, Bruce says like, oh yeah, we're gonna clean this up and blah blah blah, and then of course, they do that thing, they do that trope where it's like Terry's sleeping, and then all of a sudden you see like a shadow that looks like a creature, and then he opens his eyes and roar, and then it's just his fucking little shit brother.
It's Matt,
in a werewolf mask and everything, and scares him. He throws a pillow at him and everything. And obviously we do the whole conversation of like Matt wants to get spliced so I could be a real werewolf for Halloween. Like you said, there was a mention of Halloween. Of course, she's gonna say no. And then of course I try to compare it to like, well, you got a tattoo when you were younger because that's the same.
Because that's the same, like the tiny little tattoo on her ankle.
It's the same as splicing,
your DNA,
your DNA with like animal DNA and shit like that.
But isn't that like such a kid move to compare? Well, you did this right, not the same.
Yeah, I got ink permanently put on my ankle, as opposed to you messing with your whole body DNA. Yeah, no, that's not the same. Not the same. But they had to do that whole aspect just to like kind of hit the theme, close to home, I guess you could say. But
well, I think it's just the idea of just like every generation does something that's just a little rebellious. I think the point though is this episode does point out how overreaching this one is.
Yeah.
It's definitely to an extreme.
Definitely to an extreme, to the point where we have to have DA Sam Young return to take on Mr. Abel.
Yes. Dr. Cuvier.
Yes.
And Adelaide's like, we're going to find a way to outlaw splicing. And, it's like, yeah. I get that.
It already be, but again,
not even outlawed, or more just like, well, there should be like some parental rights thing.
Be some regulation going on here,
right? Because Dana even talks about in that first scene about how, oh yeah, the law wants to outlaw everything that's fun. So I mean, I can understand that, because then you get kind of the idea of, well, it's your body. Should your choice. It's your choice. Like, should you be able to do that? I mean, that's the thing. It's real. There's a landmine in this episode of like, and I don't think it wasn't even that political when this thing came out 25 years ago. But talking about it now, it
feels so political.
It feels so political, and it wasn't even the intention when it was done 25 years ago. But we're there,
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, like when you see these themes, and that's what immediately I was like, holy shit, this is like, could be something that could happen in the next 15 years or something like that, where people, where somebody's going to come up with it. Because I mean, I don't know if you've seen like people just get all fully tatted up. They'll get,
piercings everywhere,
piercings and all that kind of stuff to try to make themselves look like, that they're not human, like they've been spliced with a creature or something like that, like with a snake or with something.
And then usually a situation like that, it's like, okay, not my bag.
Nope.
Not my bag. Yeah, you want to do that?
You do you.
You do you. It's the same thing as like, as long as it doesn't, pick my. I think the old phrase
hurt anybody. If it doesn't hurt anybody,
right.
And you
if
just
it doesn't harm myself or pick my pocket,
yes,
whatever.
No, that's no. I mean, if somebody wants to do whatever to their body, if they're an adult and they're they can do it, they can afford it. But
I can also look at you and go, really?
Yeah, but I can judge you. I have the freedom to be like, wow, that's fucking weird, but that's it. But then you go on your very way,
and I go on mine,
and then I go on mine, and then that's it.
But I think the point though that Sam's making here is like, they don't look at here's the thing. I'm not sure if in the dialogue, because once again, we're dealing with a 22-minute episode.
Yeah.
They want to outlaw splicing entirely because there's also those reports that show that there's an increase in aggression that corresponds with the splicing process, where the episode really is kind of dealing with the idea of these minors who are doing it as a fashion statement, as a fad kind of thing. So I if this was an adult show, or if it was something that was like an hour long, I feel like there would be a lot more nuance and intricacies. Because right now it's just, we got to outlaw it because it's bad. It 22-minute Saturday morning cartoon. We're really going to like boil it down to the the lowest common denominator here of, it bad. We must outlaw it because we've got to find some way to piss off Dr. Cuvier and all the spliced individuals. Because once again, Terry finds himself on a subway. Terry cannot help but get into fights on a subway with some
what
freaks.
happens.
Yeah.
What happens. Yeah, you get a guy that looks like a goat? Or no,
a
like
bull.
A bull. Yeah, more like a bull.
Because
like
the character's name,
what do they call that? The Minotaur?
The Minotaur.
Or almost like looking like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the character does have a name according to the credits,
and
it's Ramrod.
No, of course.
Yeah. However, the voice of Ramrod, I identified immediately.
Ice-T.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I recognize that voice big time. I was like, that's Ice-T. It's got to be Ice-T.
It is Ice-T.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was like, yeah. That he has a significant kind of voice, you know?
Yeah, he does.
That little lisp, kind of little lisp that's going on. Yeah.
Too much watching Law and Order SVU for me.
Yeah. No, yeah. I was like, no way they got Ice-T in this. And I was like, that's got to be Ice-T. Every time I heard it, I was like, that's fucking Ice-T. There's no way that's not Ice-T.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, I watched the credits simply to confirm, but I was there going, but that's Ice-T. That's Ice-T.
Yeah. No, I caught that one for sure. But of course, like, he smashes the news report, like, as playing on the screen. He smashes
that. For the irony of increased
aggression.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have another guy there who's looking like a snake, and they're like high-fiving, and they're just acting all crazy. And of course, Terry is like, oh, well, yeah, guys, let's go ahead and do this. And of course, Terry gets, like you said, in a fight on the subway, on the subway and stuff. So it's just like, typical. Terry's just always on guard when he rides the subway.
Well, it's New York. Basically,
pretty much. So, and then of course we get to a scene where, because after that all happens, he looks at the card again, and he's just like, how do I get in here? Well, let me use my girlfriend to try to
Dana. Poor Dana. I mean, it's just.
We literally get to a point where Dana is looking at what she could possibly splice into. And it was just kind of like, man, it was like, God damn, Terry, you're going to use your girlfriend to try to get inside this fucking place? Holy shit.
But, okay.
But,
But Dana was the one who was like, she was sounding all open-minded about it at the beginning of the episode with Chelsea. She only started to question it when she saw the options, and she was like, yeah, now this doesn't seem as like it's like shit got real. And then she was just like, feeling this, which good on Dana. Good on Dana for that.
Which, sometimes that happens with people when they like, oh, I want to get this tattoo. And then all of a sudden,
in theory, it sounds really awesome.
But you walk into the parlor, you're seeing and you're hearing the, and you're seeing like, people like, and you're like, oh shit, I had to sit there for like hours and you just feel something scraping my skin like crazy. Like,
I've actually never really thought about it. I have no tattoos.
I don't either.
I have never desired.
I've been to tattoo parlors and watched, and I've never
even been to tattoo parlors.
Yeah, I've had friends who've owned tattoo parlors, and it's it's never appealed to me, and because I look at it and I'm just like, good Lord, and seeing the person like just kind of like
and that's not me judging people who have tattoos, because I've seen tattoos that look like it is art. Like there is an art to it. It just is not, not my tempo.
No, not mine either.
I'm too vanilla white guy. I'm sorry.
I've considered it, but I just go, I don't know. Just never has been one of those things where, I just when like, oh yeah, I need, because I go, how much does it cost? How much and I'm like, do I want to have something like that? I had an idea for putting like, having the bat logo look like it's embedded into my skin. And I'm like, that'd be cool if I put it on my forearm or on my shoulder or something like that. But then I'm like going, it would have to be like extremely detailed, because I've seen those tattoos and I'm like, that would probably take a couple of sessions. Probably cost hundreds of bucks. I don't know. Like, I just don't. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing I want on my body that much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, unless I, had somebody close to me pass away, maybe there would be something like that. I know a lot of people do that. I'm not going to get some saying in fucking, written in Chinese that I don't know if it's actually true or not. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. And I like Batman. I love Batman, but I don't know if I want it on my body permanently. I wear shirts. I love Ghostbusters, so I'm wearing a Ghostbusters shirt.
Yes, I saw your tweet earlier, by the way. So,
oh yeah, you saw that shirt? I'm like, I got to go to Target and find that motherfucker.
Oh, at the end, I had a Batman shopping spree today. At the end of the episode, I'm going to have to show you the goodies.
Okay, I'll show me the goodies.
Stay till the end, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so we have her there, and then of course we see the dude looking, the bull looking dude, the Ice-T voice. He shows up, and of course Terry's like, "Oh shit," duck my head. Obviously,
but also he makes a connection that's like, so you're that you're not just a customer, like you're tight with Cuvier. So
yeah, because he showed up and he was like upset and like throwing a fit and shit. So
because he's like, we can't let him, he's spouting this. We got to do something about the DA. We can't have him, we can't have them outlaw splicing, because clearly the inference is that you outlaw splicing, which means all the spliced individuals are going to have to get reverted. At least that's how I took it. Yeah, that's how I took it, because it's like, well, if you've already been spliced, what's the big deal if they stop other people from getting spliced? So the only thing that I infer is that, well, not only do you stop splicing, then you have to reverse everyone who did, which once again, legally, how do you?
Yeah.
How could you get away with it? Like that's some serious like personal rights issues that right? I'm like, once again, there's all kinds of political subtext in this episode. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I also love how Terry does the Batman thing where Dana turns back and then he's gone, and Dana's
the chair is just like spinning a little bit.
Yeah.
And then of course Terry like gets inside. He's got the bat suit. I don't know where he hid it, but he had it somewhere. But yeah, he gets in there stealth mode. But sadly, one of the the girl who who's very much like almost like what's her Cheetah. She's almost like a future, like a cheetah type character.
She is. I'm trying to remember. I think her Tigress was like her.
Yeah, something like that.
Was her credited name in the credits, because she was also voiced by Cree Summer. So that was and I spotted that too, because once again, Cree Summer has a incredibly recognizable voice. But because they only had Max for like one line, they did that thing where it's like, well, we want you to get contracts, like, well, you need a whole episode. So
that makes sense, because like Eric in the chat was like, I was a little confused about whether Tigress was Max or not. So that makes sense. Same voice.
But they did that, Conroy would be like a guard,
Oh yeah. No, you save money by doing that.
Yeah, you do. But you also get you also get your pay scale, because you've done a certain amount of lines.
Exactly. So it makes sense that but so she sniffs him out. And of course he's in stealth mode, but she still finds him. And then of course we have a nice little fight scene with the three, I guess you could say, goons of Abel. And we get a cool little fight scene right here.
And then he gets, but he gets beat. I think it's cool when he's like strapped up to the thing after Cuvier injects him with the splicing concoction.
What you put in me? Yeah.
But I also like watching his suit, like, the circuit. Anytime the circuitry like lights up on the bat
kind of
suit,
cool, right?
It's cool. But I also like how it like interacted with the thing that was holding him. Like he was like, the suit was hacking into the rig.
get me out of here. And then, of course, he does end up getting out of here because, some of that, it doesn't, it's funny because it doesn't take full effect, but it almost seems like it does start taking effect a little bit on Terry, but not fully. Like it's a slow process, but at the same time, it's like it's increasing his strength a little bit.
Yes, because that's actually, along with the increased aggression, there's also the increased strength from the animal DNA. But you're right, it's not an instantaneous transformation.
No.
But he's feeling the effects, like it's happening to him, but he doesn't fully transform yet, which is, I'm not sure if that really makes sense considering that he got an overdose and like and the rest of these people like go in and like immediately walk out spliced.
They had to do the dramatic thing. Yeah,
we needed plot.
Yeah, you needed plot because then all of a sudden, we get over to Sam and Barbara, of course, in their home, and Sam is just like working he's working all day and all night trying to get rid of this whole thing. And then, of course, naturally, what happens? They all, they show up there, getting attacked. And then, of course, Batman has to show up. But
Batman intervenes.
He intervenes. Of course, I wrote that. I did. Batman intervenes and fights them. But he starts to change, He starts doing the whole thing. And then, of course, Barbara sees that. And she's like, what the fuck? Because his teeth are getting, he's starting to foam at the mouth.
From the mouth, like rabies.
Yeah. He does the trick. He saves the day, but it's not.
He's beating the shit out of them. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, because Barbara has to like stop him, like you're killing him, and he's just like, and like, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, of course, he got injected with something, so his aggression is going out of control, where he's about to kill somebody.
Yeah, and then of course I love it when you gotta love Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
He's already working on an antidote.
Yes. Like, he already knows. I've seen this shit before. I know.
that is such a Bruce thing. It's like I'm chilling out in the cave while Terry's out doing work. Yeah, we're gonna need this.
Yeah. He already has it where it's going to be a dart or like a bullet or a dart like in a gun.
In a gun, yes, exactly.
Yeah. He's already like prepared and everything. So, yeah. When we cut, obviously Terry and Batman, he flies off because he's just like, yeah, and he's like feeling it. He's doing that whole thing of like, holding on to his head and but he flies off. And then, we cut to Bruce in the Batcave doing all that, and he's with Ace, and then he gets an incoming call from Barbara, like, "Hey, have you seen Terry?" And he's like, "I've been trying to get a hold of him. I don't know what's going on." And sure enough, what happens when Terry shows up? Yeah, look at the thumbnail.
Yeah, he's a man bat. He's a man bat.
Yeah,
I love Ace. So Ace is like, Ace knows. I love Ace. I love Ace. I mean, that is why last year at Comic-Con when Phil went there, I was like, one of the two things I wanted was like, I need Old Man Bruce, the Old Man Bruce figure, because it was a 2-pack. It came with Ace. I was just like, I need that.
Oh yeah, Ace. This is where Ace starts playing a role in this.
See, okay, and that's
another thing.
That's another thing that for me, feels like that season 2 premiere thing, because
I'm liking your sell here, Scott.
Because as it goes on, and we'll get to it, but this episode is going to feature really the first full-on team up between Terry and Ace in the field.
Okay.
Because there's even that, because mutant Splice Terry is running amok, kicking the shit out of Ace, attacking Bruce. Bruce, holds his own. He's got his cane. He's able to get to the dart gun. He's able to shoot Terry with the dart. And then, of course, that knocks him out. And, of course, when he wakes up, boom, he's cured.
Yeah.
But when he wakes up, Ace is even like,
yeah.
And you're like,
another thing I like, too, is like, when Terry shows up and like Bruce turns around, and they have like that dramatic thing where like the cowl like gets thrown like into the light, And then all of a
Yes.
sudden he steps into the light and he looks like, the man bat kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that was cool. It was just kind of like a cool dramatic effect.
It's such a body horror reveal of like,
yeah, I've changed so much. I can't wear the cowl anymore, but yeah. So then he wakes up. Yeah. Ace still does not trust him. And yeah, Bruce basically was like, oh yeah, you got, a high dose of like a vampire kind of, what did he say? Vampire or say bat?
It was a vampire bat.
Yeah. Vampire bat, whatever. So yeah, he definitely, he got a heavy dose of that. His clothes are all torn and everything. It's just that traditional. I wonder how long he was asleep.
Yeah. But considering that, it was like he's got to be out for a while, but yet for plot reasons, it's not like Cuvier and his Splice gang have done much except for going into hiding.
Yeah, that's what we see next with the news report. It's like, oh yeah, they've gone into hiding. So now it's like, well, what do we do? Well, Detective Bruce Wayne sees a little nail stuck to whatever's left of the batsuit. And again, this is where I love it that Ace is like such a pivotal character, character to this whole plot, because then it's like, well, yeah, how we find it with that? Well, not us. And then it's like, well, we got a scent now for Ace.
Yes, exactly. And then I love that scene where Terry's like, you don't like me, I don't like you. It's the buddy cop. That's what I love. From this episode on, we get like
it's Turner and Hooch.
It's Turner and Hooch with Terry and Ace. Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. Tom Hanks. Everybody, go watch that.
Oh, go watch it. If you've not seen that movie, that is such a great movie.
Great 80s movie.
Oh, great 80s
ridiculous. But yeah, so it is exactly that. I like how he does that, and so obviously it's like we have that, and then obviously he's just like, stay. He's like, no, I need you to stay. All right, and he starts crying. He's like, good bat dog.
Which I loved, because that becomes a repeated line throughout Batman Beyond. Mm-hmm. Good bad dog.
Bad dog.
So this episode is the first time we get to hear good bad dog.
Yeah.
And because I always remember it, there's a very pivotal moment in Return of the Joker where he says that. And I always remember it from the movie. And it was cool to rewatch the episode going, oh, but this is the first time.
Wow. I didn't
he
know
says
that.
Cool. When he says good bad dog.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then naturally, obviously he's got the gun, he's got that. And then again, they, what's her name? Tigress or whatever the hell, just smells him. So naturally they're going to have another little, hey, battle thing that's happening. But this time he's got some, this time he shoots him with the darts and turns it back to full on human.
Yes.
It's like that whole dramatic thing where they, and then
well, because Snake Guy is like,
he's like dodging things and stuff like that, but then of course it gets them, and then they do that whole thing where they curl up, and then it's just like, and then it just turns right back.
It was fun. That I do like when he's fighting Ramrod though, and he runs out, and he's got to like take him down, and then he just like as Ramrod's like. He just pulls out another, magazine out of his belt. It's
like, just gets him. And then, of course, we see during this time, we see Mr. Cuvier kind of just like grab like a bunch of,
injections.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, if you're going to do this, I'm going to fucking super size my little splice right here.
It's super shredder.
So I know, essentially, Jesus Christ, it almost is kind of like that. But yeah, he's so Terry.
He drank all of it.
See, there you go. Didn't even think about that. But this is where we're going to be diving into the clip right here. So we got Terry trying to find him holding
I fixed your pet stock. Now it's just you and me. So why not come on out and fight me, man to freak show?
Man to freak show. Love it. And then of course he has to do the laugh.
That's also like echo reverberated. Like
right. Oh. dramatic.
I love everything like in the shadows.
Yeah,
I love
cool.
that.
Before they reveal him.
No longer Batman.
Holy shit.
Now you face a true Chimera.
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 You bring out the beast in me.
Get him.
This is just so freaky.
Yeah.
Look at me. The abilities of the entire animal kingdom are at my command.
And I love what Terry does.
Yeah.
The best I can.
It's just like, here, have some more.
I know. It's almost like Batman fighting Bane, where you just like give him more.
Wow. Keep going. Just stabbing him. Jesus Christ.
He's going to fuck him up.
Yeah.
And it's also funny to me that Dr. Cuvier is like not concerned at all.
No, he's not. He's just like, whatever. Oh, shit. Oh, here comes the substance.
Oh my God, this is like the final scene of the substance.
Yeah.
I mean, even the face.
Gotta release some chemicals that are gonna light on fire later.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What's a big monster battle without, the flammable material?
Exactly. Look at that thing. Jesus. Where's McFarlane? McFarlane needs to make a freaking figure of this guy. And there we go. Yes. Ace.
And Ace, rips some shit off of him.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. And then he protects Batman.
I know.
Now he's like, yeah, get away from him. And then he gets shot. Ah, poor Ace.
Oh, and then I love Terry's reaction.
And then he's like, nope.
You hit my dog.
Yeah.
Don't touch my dog.
This is such a bonding episode for Terry and Ace.
Oh, here comes the electricity. And then the fire. Oh, get them right before.
I mean, I know that, you get the whole, Batman doesn't kill, but a lot of bad guys die fighting Terry, let's be honest.
They do. And, of course, there's the three of them getting arrested. And, yeah, no, I mean, this goes back to what David S. Goyer said recently, celebrating Batman Begins when was it on Horowitz? It was Horowitz, right?
It was Horowitz, yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned it's like, what you can and can't do when it comes to Batman. And so they kind of tiptoed that line of okay, we can't have him directly kill somebody, but he doesn't, that's why that line works so well in Batman Begins.
And it still pisses people off.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, fuck off. That's great. Because he's just like, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. It's like, especially after the full circle of the fact that he saved him,
at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. And then he's like, fuck you. I ain't going to do it this time now that I know it.
But then you notice how they immediately pivoted in Dark Knight where he does save the Joker.
Yeah, true. True that. But, though, it was, true that. But I mean, but I think that's where they kind of that's how they kind of, tiptoe a little bit around that, where it's like, okay, it's not a person anymore. It's a fucking big, huge.
Right. It's kind of like, us having that scene where, in Heart of Steel, where it's like, oh, we can kill robots.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, we could kill him as long as he's the most grotesque looking creature ever. So it's going to be, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So, but then we get this scene with Terry and Barbara, and he's like, I'm good now. And then she just goes, she keeps on still warning him about.
She is so trying to get him out of the bat life.
Because she's been there. And then, but then, Terry brings up a good point. It's because, she's basically selling the fact that, overall it just ends bad. And he goes, yeah, but these small little victories or whatever the hell, kind of make it I forgot exactly what he says.
Yeah, but it almost felt like he was talking about the fact he was almost referencing the bond he now has with Ace.
Yeah,
At least that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, because Ace is standing there with him. I mean, yeah, we have this. I mean, it's such a cool little shot right here. We'll just show it right here. We'll just because it's just. I mean, the Ace is just like right there, standing, just listening, and then rubbing against his hand.
Oh, and just wagging his tail like that's a happy dog.
And this is it.
Well, sometimes the small rewards are the best ones.
See?
Yeah, good bad dog.
And you can see like she kind of understands that. And then they walk off into the shadow. But I mean, you could see in her face that she kind of understands that. She's like, yeah, there was those small little things where it's like, yeah, even though like that life was, rough and didn't end well, but there was very fulfilling moments doing that. So good ending. Really
good ending. Yes.
Yeah.
Good episode.
Good episode.
This is a memorable episode of the series.
Yes. So. At first, I did not think. I was like, it just feels like a normal episode. But you did sell me because I did not realize Max was there, and then selling the fact that this is where Ace plays a role in the Bat Dog thing, and I didn't even So you changed my mind, Scott.
Just remember, Scott's always right.
Damn it! I hate that. It's okay.
It's fine. Your hate feeds me. It's okay.
No. That's what I love about it when we watch some of these episodes, and like I said, I mean it's happened throughout this stream is where like maybe when we initially watch it and we go, and then when we discuss it, sometimes we have a different outlook on it.
Sometimes I'm like, no, dude, no.
Yeah, I know. There's sometimes where it doesn't.
And those are the fun ones where it's like, okay, can you turn me up? No, you didn't.
No. Then it's also fun when we just shit on something the whole time.
Which doesn't happen. Look, hey, we still have not had a bad episode of Batman Beyond.
It's not happening with Batman Beyond for sure. It's not. It hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't look like it's going to be honest.
That's the thing. I am willing to put money on the table right now that I do not recall there ever being a shitty episode of Batman Beyond.
We'll have questions about certain things, sure, but it's never going to be like, yeah, this episode blows. It's like I don't think we're going to get one of those. So
I don't think we are either.
Yeah. So. But what do we have next week?
Okay, well, we're just progressing through the episodes. So it's season 2, episode 2, Earth Mover. This is one that even after reading the description on HBO Max, I even went, huh? Yeah, I'm having a.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one of those that we're watching the episode going. One of two things are going to happen when I watch the episode for next week. It's either going to be, or fuck, I don't remember this episode.
Yeah. Nope. Well, whatever. Still probably be a good one, right? To watch. Like I said, Batman Beyond has not disappointed doing the rewatches and everything.
You want to see my Batman goodies from today?
Oh, yeah. Time for your Batman goodies.
Yeah. So I didn't spend any real money on any of this because this was all at the secondhand bookstore.
Okay.
So I love it. So, and I'm going to tell you that 3 out of the 4 of these were not what I went in for. These 3 out of 4 were impulse buys. So I did the McFarlane Cowl reproduction.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I love that. Oh.
So I got the only thing that bugs me is the fact it says Justice League 2017, but I'll get over it.
Yeah.
But it's still Affleck's Cowl.
That's
so
cool.
I was never going to like buy these with like actual money, but when it was just sitting there and I was spending, fake money, like credit, not real money, I was like, okay, I'll get this now. And it was just sitting there. So
I want to collect those. I'm going to start collecting those.
Yeah, it didn't feel like something I wanted to spend real money on.
Yeah.
And then I got my first Funko Pop in a while. I got the Jim Lee cover from Hush.
Oh,
so
nice.
So it comes with a gargoyle and the cape out. This is cool because Carrie sent me years ago. They did the DC collection by Jim Lee, and they had Aquaman on top of a shark from Justice League #1 or Justice League #2. Like that first arc of New 52 Justice League, there was like a really cool panel of Aquaman and I had one of these deluxes, but when I saw this one, I was like, oh, dude, now I just need the Superman one to like, be like bookends.
Yeah.
The real reason I went in was because I have a little Dark Knight Returns display that's in front of the table that I sit at, and my Superman Batman set, the figures are still okay, but there's a base that they go in that the little peg has broken off into the hole of the feet of the Superman and the Batman. So I just wanted to replace it so I didn't have, a busted figure. So that's actually what I went in for, and then this is the last thing. I went to a secondhand bookstore and actually did get a book. Hold on, leaning down. Oh, I never bought the singles for this because it was just difficult. But I saw this hardcover and I went, okay, once again, not spending real money, so I'm going to get it. But The Batman First Night by Dan Jurgens.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, this is like Batman back as a pulp hero set like days after Detective Comics number 27. And so I love me some good old-fashioned pulp noir. So, yeah, I mean, just
pretty.
Look at that art.
Yeah.
Look at that. Mike Perkins art, Dan Jurgens writing.
Mm-hmm.
The log line on the front says, for the hard-boiled detective fan who loves the classic monster flick.
Nice.
So so I had a Batman day today at the bookstore.
Yeah, looks like it. Jace. Anything else?
And then on top of that, I backed that McFarlane crowdfunder.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it was crowdfunder. I was like, oh yeah, because of the tiers and everything like that. That does make sense. But yeah, I want the fucking Trinity black and white. Oh my God, the Justice is Gray Trinity.
No, okay, so this is the interesting thing about that. I remember when they first announced it, they announced the tiers, like here's tier 1, like tier 1. Basically, this whole thing, the base of this whole project is the BVS Batmobile. Like that's kind of the, that's the impetus for this.
Yeah.
So, tier 1 is the BVS Batmobile. Tier 2 is the BVS Batmobile with accessories to turn it into the Justice League.
Yeah, you get the guns.
The big, big turret gun. Tier 3 is a tactical suit Batman and a bat signal that actually lights up. Tier 4 is the Justice's Gray variants of the Trinity. And then tier 5 is a metal Justice League. It's actually the artwork on HBO Max for the Justice's Gray version of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then signed by Todd McFarlane. But what I didn't realize is that you don't have to worry about buying multiple tiers. Every tier is, every time you go up a tier, it's that plus everything else.
Yeah.
So the cheapest you can get away with is, getting just the Batmobile. But then literally if you go up, it's that and everything else. So there's no.
So if you get the Trinity, you get also tactical Batman with the signal, and then you get the Batmobile
with the Justice League accessories.
Yeah, and then if you want to go even further, you get the poster.
Exactly. Everything else. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the poster is the only thing. This campaign runs through August 23rd, but 3 hours ago, it was already over 63% funded in less than 24 hours. It's going to make it. I mean, the goal is $400,000.
That's crazy.
I know.
But it will make it. That's the thing. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
There was almost 1,300 backers already by the time.
That's crazy.
And they were closing in on $300,000. Wow. It's quite possible that by the time it hits the 24-hour mark, it's funded, and then there's still,
and of course you got Comic-Con happening right now. Everybody's just kind of like in that mode, and
the only tier that's limited is the poster tier.
Gotcha.
Everything else, it's whoever wants to sign up. Like the signed poster is the only limited item. Everything else is basically you back it, and as long as the campaign reaches its goal, you get it.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I didn't even I was like, when I saw it, I think you actually sent it to me too. I was like, ooh, they're doing that. And I was like, oh, okay, tiers. And I wasn't too sure exactly what that meant. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was talking about it tonight, I was like, oh, it's a fucking crowdfunded thing. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a crowdfunding thing that is run from the McFarlane Toys store.
Yeah.
Thing. It's their fourth one. This is the fourth time they've done it. I will admit I've had some janky issues. You could create an account. You don't have to create an account with the drawing board is what their crowdfunding program is. I could never check out while I was signed in. I had to do the express checkout. And then there's like a wall of backers, but it maxes out on 10 pages. So if you keep on adding backers, it pushes people out, and I haven't gotten my confirmation email yet. So there's some bugs in the system.
Of course, there always seems to be, right?
But when I finally got through for a period of time, I saw my name on the backer wall before I got pushed out by all the, other backers. I have sent an email to support to go, hey, I haven't gotten a confirmation email. I just want to make sure, like, I'm in, right? Like, because I went the full, I went full tier. I was like, I want everything, and I appreciate the people who posted at me, replied, going, "Of course you did." I was like,
I wouldn't expect anything less. What are we talking about?
Okay, but here's the thing. Now, this might sound crazy to other people, but as collectors, I understand how much things costs.
Of course.
Okay, but it's $20 flat shipping no matter what you get. So honestly, the higher tiers you get, you're saving on shipping because you're going to get charged $20 shipping no matter what. So after shipping, the level 5 tier, the highest tier, comes out at $209. But at $209, you're getting 4 figures, a bat signal, a 20-inch long vehicle with accessories, and a signed metal poster.
As a collector, yeah, you need that.
Well, not only as a collector do I need that, but also, like, that's actually monetarily
pretty good bang for your buck.
That's good bang for your buck, because these figures, like, if you buy them at Walmart or Target, you're talking $20, $25 per figure.
Yeah, but if you're and then of course if you add, I mean, the Batmobile would cost 50, 60,
70, 80.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get a bat signal. You get a bat signal with it too, and
the accessories to turn it into the Justice League. I mean, and the poster. The poster's just like, gravy at that point, because the figures alone would have cost you $100.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get it. Yeah.
I mean, that everyone who ever looks at me and goes, "Dear God, man," it's like, but that's
what are you doing? But you got kids to feed.
I do have kids to feed, but that's the calculus I do. It's like, actually,
if I do this, I do that. Yeah,
this tier is actually, and the fact that these things, as far as I'm aware, are only going to be available through this, product.
It's not like you're going to be able to go to Walmart and get.
Well, you can't get the shit at Walmart anyway. I mean, you can't get anything at Walmart.
Or you go to a GameStop or anything like that. You're not going to find it, or a comic book shop. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I always love getting these Justices Gray.
I want the Trinity Justice Gray. They're that's so cool. So I don't know. Might have to look at the funds and be like, maybe, because
you don't pay for it until the campaign finishes.
Over with. Yeah.
So you got till August. So you can back it today, and you won't get charged until August 23rd.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because I do want those, and I wouldn't mind the and the Batmobile. I mean, that thing is sexy.
Well, if you want the Trinity, you're gonna get
all of it. Yeah,
you're gonna get all of it anyway. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, maybe I'll just go. I mean, yeah, the poster would be cool too, but for the most part, I would like that Batmobile is sexy as hell, of course. And,
I need to add it to my I have.
Yeah, you have all those Batmobiles. Yeah.
Well, what I have, because I've got the 89.
Yeah,
I've got the animated. I got the Batman Beyond, and then I've got animated Batwing.
Yeah.
So really, and I have from when Mattel had the DC Multiverse license before it went to McFarlane, I have a Justice League Batmobile that I got from the Mattel collection. But the McFarlanes are always, better. And the Mattel figures were about an inch. They were like 6-inch figures and not 5-inch, 6-inch figures and not 7-inch figures. So, but really, it would kind of complete my personal favorite Batmobiles. I get 89, I get animated, I get Beyond, I get BVS / Justice League. The only thing that would make me shell out for one more Batmobile is if they did Pattinson's, because I've talked about my love for Pattinson's Batmobile.
And that's coming.
It's got to be coming, right? Yeah. I mean, they did a Bat Cycle because I have it. Because they did a Bat Cycle and they did they did Drifter. They did the Drifter motorcycle. So
they're definitely going to be doing that one. Of course, they have to. They're doing all the others. You got to do the Pattinson one. And that thing is so sexy. Oh,
that is such a muscle car.
Yes, it's like a big muscle car. So yeah, they're definitely going to do that. But all right, well, that's it, guys. And like I said, next week we are watching. What is it called again?
Earth Mover. Now, Dave and I discussed this. My work schedule for the next couple of weeks has me doing overnights. So we're going to be doing for next week and the week after. Dave and I haven't worked out the logistics yet, but we're going to be doing DC Fan-imated Not So Live.
Yeah. It's becoming a theme on Film Junkie Live, where we're going to be recording things and then I'll premiere them at the normal time. So yeah.
Because the whole point is that I will be at work when we normally doing this show.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna figure that out, and we'll have some recorded shows, and then I'll premiere them on the channel, and I'll premiere them at the normal time that we do it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So we'll figure that out.
We already went 2 weeks without doing shows. We didn't want to go 2 more weeks without doing shows. So
keep it. We're keeping it consistent now that I'm like now that I'm like doing the Wednesdays where I'm just kind of doing a Not So Live thing too. I was like, we could just do it like that. Why not? So yeah, expect that. And so still be here, still be talking all this craziness and praising Batman Beyond for being so great.
So good.
And everything. So good and so great. But go ahead and promote whatever you got.
Okay, of course, you can find me on X at ScottDC27, on Vero at Scott McClellan, on Letterboxd at Scott McClellan or ScottDC27. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Squawcast Media YouTube page. All my stuff that's been up there, my box office discussion for opening weekend, my first reaction with my wife for Superman, all my written reviews of these movies on Letterboxd. This weekend, I don't know if I'm going to do a first action video for Fantastic Four, but definitely there'll be at least a Letterboxd review, if not a first reaction. Honestly, it's going to kind of depend on, I know it sounds weird, but it depends on how I feel about Fantastic Four. If I feel like I've got enough of a reaction to give. I don't want to give I don't want to force a reaction if I don't have one. But there will definitely be a Letterboxd review after I watch Fantastic Four on Friday. Friday afternoon, I'm going to a matinee to go see it. So check that out. But I do want to say, I have to pull this up. Oh, yeah. So reviews to look forward to. You definitely want to be following me on Letterboxd and on X. I've got Fantastic Four. I've got The Naked Gun.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a ticket for the 4K re-release of Shin Godzilla, which I've never seen.
I haven't either.
And I've heard, and that thing came out like 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, that was like a while. Yeah,
that was a while ago.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, they're doing a 4K. Tickets went on sale today, so I got that. And then Nobody 2.
Yeah.
So
That's coming out August what?
15th.
15th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I just got from Groove, because Groove has become my new favorite place to buy movies because they don't fuck me over. I got the new Steelbook of Nobody that came in today.
Nice.
So yeah. And then I've also got from them, I ordered my Accountant 2 4K, and they're releasing a Steelbook for the 40-Year-Old Virgin. So,
oh, nice. A lot of Steelbooks coming out still. That's awesome.
I wish I was getting my Center Steelbook, but fuck you, Walmart. Okay.
Fucking Walmart. Jeez. All right, guys. Subscribe to the channel. And like I said, we'll be here. It'll be like a premiere thing, like I said, for the next 2 weeks. And then we'll be back live. Just things that we, have to handle when it comes to real life and everything. But smash that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Look forward to my Fantastic Four first reaction, of course, tomorrow. I'll be posting that, and then of course we'll have a spoiler discussion with the on the Vox stream with everything. So should be fun. Nice big show, and of course we have Comic-Con stuff. It's got to be happening. I'm likely going to be streaming also Saturday, and I'll be inviting anybody who's supporting the channel through Patreon or the members only. Members of the channel. If you guys want, I'll send you guys the link. If you guys want to be part of the panel, join the discussion. So that should be fun. It'll probably be about 3:30 Pacific time, because that's when the Peacemaker Hall H, I don't know, it's an hour long. It might just be all Peacemaker. Don't get your hopes up. We'll just see John Cena just like, getting hyped up and jumping around for 45 minutes, and James Gunn trying to keep up. Who knows? When it comes to that, it might be nothing, but hey, we'll have a discussion about a lot of things. And so a lot of streaming coming up, well, at least this weekend. So anyways, guys, we love you. We'll see you next week, and we will talk to you later.